Hey guys, Dan here for Fitness Formation.
Hi guys! Only us!
That came a little bit too naturally to you, Daniel.
Right guys, as promised, a video of how to take your measurements. Okay, so I'm obviously going to do this for Steve. So there's two ways we can do this. You can either do this yourself at home, with your partner, your husband, your wife, your bestie, whatever you want to do it. You can do it any way you like, or what you can get is you can get tape measures which you can pop around yourself, press a little button, and they click into place so you can take your own measurements. Now obviously what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to write these down, and then if you're taking them at home you can send them on. Steve's just getting a pump on. Then you can send them over to us and we can add them to my PT Hub. Or we'll do them for you in the studio. Alright, so we're going to take them from 5 reference points. We're going to take the chest, we're going to take the waist, we're going to take the hips, the thighs, and we're going to take the biceps. You can do the calves as well if you really want to, if you've got a pair like mine. If not, I wouldn't recommend it. But you can do the calves as well. I'll show you how to do them so you get 6, but we'll use the 5 for now. So, the chest. Reference point for the chest. Good point to use is across the middle of the chest. So that's generally in the line of the nipples. Yes? Which is about there. For Stephen. So, best way to do this, guys, is to get arms out the way, so arms up like so they're out of the way. You want to be nice and relaxed, so you're not squeezing the guns or anything like that. So we're going to use centimeters, okay? Centimeters. So Stephen, if you can pop your arms up forward. So I'm just going to go around the side of Stephen like this. Stephen,
Thank you.
and we're going to come underneath him, underneath his massive wingspan. Where's your nipples there?
Just there, but I know that. At the spot.
You've got very low nipples, haven't you?
Right.
It's not about where your nipples are.
So we don't want this too tight, guys, but we don't want it equally too taut either. So take your measurement and make sure you write that down. Okay, so the widest part of the chest, or if you're working with a guy, you can use the nipples as a reference point because they're not going to move. Right, then we're going to go to the waist. Now again, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either go, Stephen, if you can just put your arms up again for me. You can either go from the narrowest part of the waist. So best way to do this would obviously be, girls, if you're doing this with sports bra on, and guys, obviously topless. But because it's Baltic in here, Stephen's keeping his t-shirt on.
Because I enjoy my eyesight.
So, smallest part of the waist. So you'll be able to see that if you're looking in the mirror where the waist comes in. Or another good reference point is the belly button, because again, it's not something that is going to move. Alright, generally, the belly button. So, Stephen, if you can place your finger in your belly button for me, that's it. Alright, so I'm going to pop the band around his waist, that's it. You can move your fingers, Stephen, thank you. Best thing to do obviously is to make sure that this is all in a line, and again, don't pull it too tight. Just get the person to take a deep breath in and breathe out. That's it, and then take your measurement there. Okay, so that's chest, waist. Now we go to the hips. So with the hips, we go to the largest part of the bootay. So if they've been doing their squats, doing their lunges, we're gonna, nice buns. Got some buns. Alright, so largest part of the waist, largest part of the hip, sorry, which is the widest part of the bootay. So if you can pop your arms out again, Stephen. So the way that I'm doing this is obviously the least invasive way of doing it, especially if you're doing it with a female. So we go to the largest part of the glutes. And again, make sure that it's not too off center. Take your measurement. Thank you. And there you go. as I said right at the start, guys, with this one, make sure that you are obviously writing these down. If you want us to take them in the studio, we can take them in the studio. All right, guys, so we've gone chest, waist, hips. Now we're going to move on to the thighs. So, like the bootay, the hips, we are going to take the widest part of the thigh. So again, nice relaxed. Best way to do this is like Steve's just done there. Take a little step forward just so that you can get the tape measure around without being too invasive in his personal space. So come around, widest part of the thigh. Make sure that the tape is in a straight line. And again, not too tight. Okay, so a good way of doing this, like I say, is either getting someone else to do it, or if you're doing it yourself with one of the tape measures that I mentioned before, then just make sure you're looking in the mirror so that you can see if you need to make any adjustments. Alright, so we can take the calf as well if you want the calf measurements. Again, you're going to go on the widest part of the calf, and this is going to be a minus on this one, so minus 30. So widest part of the calf again on this one, and yes, minus 38 on that one. There is no calf, it's just a leg. It's just one long hamstring into his Achilles. Okay, so bicep then, last one. So with the bicep, all we want to do is just pop the arm out to the side, nice and relaxed. If they've got a t-shirt on, again, you can pop the sleeve up like Stephen has. So nice and relaxed with the bicep, so we're not tensing at all. And then again, you're going to go on the widest part of the muscle. Even stop tensing. So you can generally see there, if you stand at the front, you can get a good view there of the widest part of the muscle. And then from there, take your measurement. And that is that, guys. So that is how you take your measurements. So one final time, Steve-O. You've got the chest, you've got the waist. As I said, you can use the nipples for the chest. You can use your belly button if you want to, unless you're looking in a mirror. You can use the smallest part of the waist. Widest part of the hips, so widest part of your butt. Again, widest part of the thighs. Take both, obviously, your left and your right on this, and your left and your right arm. And if you're taking calves, do both of those as well. Alright, guys. Or we can do them for you in the studio. Let's all give a round of applause to our very attractive model today. Minus 38 calves, never mind.
All week.
If you've got any questions, guys, shout up, otherwise, peace.